Well, I haven't heard that sound in a while. He
has returned to us.
Yes, the chosen one.
Rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Or not,
The
I could just be a
prophecy was
fucking
true.
ghost and I'm just haunting both of you.
God damn it, not again.
Nah, it's physical me. I'm pinching myself right now, and it's actually working there.
How do you know that that's actually means anything, though? What is reality? Let me get down to it. Is any of this real?
Don't start this shit again.
Not dreams.
Again?
That's for sure.
I don't know. It might be a dream. I'm not entirely sure I've been awake for the past month.
Oif, that's a mood.
Yeah. Anyway.
Welcome back to fucking NES Godzilla.
Yeah, all jokes about how terrible this channel's track record has been for the past month aside. I'm flashing back to... Yeah, we're doing the NES Godzilla Creepypasta. We're on Chapter 8, Finale Part 1. Also, there's something I feel I need to mention because I don't think Twitter knows what to recommend me. Because earlier this week, I had a moment where it was just like, recommended tweet, I like being choked. It's like, where the fuck did this come from? It's like, what is this from? Okay, it's from a Twitter, like, it's from a fucking profile I don't follow called eGirls Rejects. Why is this being recommended to me? It's nothing but Dominic Noble tweets and, like, e-girl and, like, not safe for work Twitter profiles.
Interesting.
I think that tells me a lot about your Twitter history.
That I don't do much?
Well, your phone is always listening to you, so that could be part of it.
Yeah, but I don't listen to Corpse. Anyway. The only time I've heard that song is whenever people put it in, like, the fucking music, like, use the fucking music bot to play it. But yeah. So we're continuing with Cosbydaf's Godzilla Creepypasta. Oh dear God.
What a way to start. This is horrifying in the best way possible.
No, that was my line.
I know, but like it fits. It is your line, but it fits the story just as well. Because I mean, just look at that scary red boy. That was my first thought on realizing I would have to fight Red, the creature that tormented me through nearly the whole game. How would I be able to fight something that can kill with one touch? It seemed totally impossible. You don't get hit.
Get good, scrub.
Exactly.
Dodge roll.
Yeah, make Godzilla do a Dark Souls roll.
Yes, that was what I was referencing.
That would almost be as ridiculous as that one sliding kick he did by using.
You mean in Godzilla versus Megalon?
Yes. I wish I had that. I wish I had that in the Godzilla collection I have. I need to find Volume 2 on Amazon or something. Hopefully they'll have it there.
Reminds me the new Netflix series, like the new Netflix anime series that they're doing for Godzilla.
Yeah,
Jet Jaguar's in it.
Really? I need to.
They had Jet Jaguar in the fucking like trailer.
Huh? I'm gonna have to get caught up on that. I watched the first. I think just the first episode, and it's very interesting just to see like what they're deciding to do with him. But
is it available stateside?
It was for a while.
Okay. No. This is like one that recent trailers have come out for. Like this is an earlier this year thing, or that the trailers were released.
Interesting. Wait a second. I think I remember there's like a leak.
Godzilla Singularity, I think is what it is.
Yeah, it's not the same as that other two-parter that Netflix released a few years ago.
It's not
Godzilla Earth. Okay.
No, it's Godzilla Singularity.
Okay, I need to gain access to the VPN that my parents have, so I can check it out.
Thanks to our sponsor,
Raid Shadow Legends.
No, I was gonna make a NordVPN joke.
I know. I decided to subvert the expectations.
Star Wars tried that. Look how that turned out. Palpatine brought back for no fucking reason. Anyway. Ichi-Tan.
What?
It's your line.
Oh, I thought you actually finished it. I didn't realize you finished your line.
Oh yeah, I got a short line.
Thankfully, Red was no longer to deliver one-hit kill.
He nerfed himself.
But despite that, this was still the most difficult battle I'd ever faced. In this game, otherwise, if I had any real comprehension of what I was getting into before I started the fight, I would have never done it. That is something I say to myself daily.
So this is the Dark Souls of Godzilla games.
I understood what I was getting into, I would have never done it. Oh well.
I took a calculated risk, but man, was I bad at math. Or man, am I bad at math.
For some reason, I'm just reminded of that one meme. The sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Thanks, DW.
I like that one, but I also like the one where it's like for this Pokemon Sword and Shield, it's like Charizard just walks up and then he just does the sign can't stop me because I can't read thing. It's actually really good. Hang on.
I soon learned what a horrible mistake I had made. Suddenly having flashbacks of the many times I've fallen out of trees and down short cliffs.
Oh, no. I don't like the rest of that line.
Red reached out and clawed at Godzilla. And when those claws cut through him, I felt it. A haptic feedback. Fun.
That's interesting thing. Yeah, I just like the facial expression on Charizard in this
That
comic.
is weirdly fitting. Because, like, yeah, sure, let's just bring Godzilla. I mean, let's just bring fucking Charizard back for everything.
I mean, granted, now they have like the rest of the Kanto starters that have their own
Mega forms,
Gigantamaxing forms,
Gigantamax,
which I really want to get Squirtle so I could have just a Gigantamax Blackstoise.
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 Yeah, but like, well, whenever I get a Switch, I do want to get the games, even though I am not very impressed by what I have seen. But at the same time, I think Pokemon started kind of going downhill when they switched to just like not pixel art for your trainers and such. That's just me.
No, Pokemon really lost the magic when they went 3D.
Yeah, no, I think the best Pokemon game that combined both 3D and the pixel animation was Black and White, and Black 2 and White to an extent.
Black and White were the worst fucking games. I'm sorry, but they were. I hated them.
I enjoyed White too, but that one was my first Pokemon game that I ever actually played.
Yeah, Black and White.
The whole thing is I like the Unova Pokedex because it is a whole thing of, it's a new continent, so we're gonna have like completely different like Pokemon that fill similar niches. So like Lightning Horse instead of Fire Horse, or like Dark type Thirst Trap. Yeah, or like Dark type Thirst Trap instead of Psychic Thirst Trap. Or no, wait, they're both Psychic Thirst Traps.
Yeah, and
like
Crocodile's one of your favorite Pokemon, isn't it?
Yes, Crocodile is like one of my favorites because he's just a big red crocodile and I love him.
He's pretty fucking awesome.
He's a big red sand crocodile and he is my baby. But yeah, like a new strength Pokemon, like Pokemon evolution line, and a new like fucking like psychic type Pokemon evolution line. So instead of like fucking like Abra, it's Solosis.
Solosis. I honestly liked Beheeyem and Elgyem. Like those things were pretty cool looking. I'm not a huge fan of psychic type Pokemon per se, but they had some pretty interesting like designs and stuff. I honestly really liked Darmanitan a lot.
Or like they have like, oh, here's a different set of trash Pokemon, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a convergent evolution thing. I like that. I like how it's like, oh, this world feels more like there's more outside of just the base thing now. Because like,
Yeah, and that's another thing. It's like it introduced a whole lot of new Pokemon. Ichi-Tan, I know you don't like the games, and you're probably like just just like get on with it while we're kind of fangirling over this. But I do want to say I really like some like Black and White and Black 2 and White 2 did a lot of things right. I feel like when it came to like different Pokemon and stuff. Granted, they did a lot of wrong things too, because like there are some Pokemon designs that are just terrible, but at the same time, they've got some really good ones, and it's just a real mixed
I mean,
bag.
there have always been terrible Pokemon designs. I mean,
Well,
fucking look
yeah.
at Voltorb. Voltorb is awful. He's
Well,
literally
yeah.
just a circle with a line through it.
Look, so I will admit the Unova region, like with the black and white and Black and White 2, they did have some really good Pokemon and they did have some really shit Pokemon. What I really wasn't fond of the legendaries from that series.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really fond of the character design, the game design, or just basically the way that the story was going with it. I didn't really like those elements to it.
Okay.
I just, to me, because hold on, let me. Now that you got me started on this, I gotta
Weirdly
go.
enough,
I gotta
though,
pull
if
out
memory
I gotta
serves-
pull out all my DS games. Give me 1 second.
If memory serves, though, like the 5th gen like female Pokemon trainer became just like a major thirst trap thing online. Like I think out of all the female trainers, she's the one that has like the most lewd fan art drawn of her.
Both of them actually, I think.
Both.
Yeah, the different designed one in Black 2 and White 2, and the one from Black and White. I think.
Yeah, because like the one I'm thinking is the one who she had like the fucking frilled shorts and like the cinnamon bun hair.
Did you have leggings or did you have that?
I think it was
Yeah,
just the shorts.
Yeah. No, just they were just generally okay. So, in terms of Pokemon games, hold on, I have to.
Oh yeah, no, she
sort
had
out all
the
of my games.
leggings. This is the one that has had like the most fucking lewd art, I swear.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Now you got me started on this. I have to sort through all my fucking games. I have so many DS games. Like, it's not even funny. And
Granted, I also started out in general with fucking mystery dungeons, so.
Here we go. Over here. Over here. Oh, God damn it.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's that. There's that.
Like, out of all the female
that.
trainers, I've seen the most fucking artwork of her.
Oh, no. Sorry, I'm still sorting all of my Pokemon games. Give me a second.
Nah, it's fine. I think my favorite Pokemon games of all time are Soul Silver and Heart Gold, just because, well, Silver and Gold were my first Pokemon games in general. I still have a Game Boy Color and a working Pokemon Silver version, which is like has a lot of nostalgia. I also have it on my 3DS, like the download.
So,
I have Soul Silver.
In terms of Pokemon games, okay. So Pokemon. Here we go. So my very first Pokemon game ever, when I got my very first DS, my very first Pokemon game ever was Platinum.
Platinum's a pretty good one.
I had played some of the silly beard. I had played some of the ones on like the Game Boy from like borrowing from friends and stuff like that, but I never actually had my own handheld game system until my grandparents got me a DS, and it was the DSi, I believe. Or was it the DS Lite, and then I got a DSi when the DS Lite broke. I don't remember.
The DSi was the one with the camera.
Yeah, I started out with the DS Lite, and then I got a DSi. Anyways, point being, I started out with Platinum, then I got Soul Silver. I also got the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, and then the regular Pokemon Ranger.
Yeah.
Those were all of the DS games that I had. Then Black and Black 2 came out, and I went with those because I was like, oh, he kind of looks cooler. I did not like either one of those games. I finished them, but I did not like them.
You see, the whole thing with that is like it's a mixed bag whenever people talk about it. They either love it or they hate it. It's like there's really no middle ground
And
between.
then we come into the realm of 3DS.
Mhm.
And I got Alpha Sapphire. And I was absolutely in love with the more 3D version of the characters instead of just being the little short pixel. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that, but I love the idea that like your character got to get bigger and stuff like that. Then I got
That was pretty
Pokemon.
cool.
Then I got Pokemon Y, and I love the fact that you're able to like characterize your characters, everything like that. And of course,
Yes.
I got both of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons for the 3DS because I always loved the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons. Those are always my favorite.
Yeah.
But what really got me absolutely just so in love with what Pokemon was doing evolving was when they released Pokemon Moon. That was like the first game I actually ever pre-ordered.
You see, I got both Pokemon Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon just because
I loved the character customization. I loved the way the world building was, all the characters, like the different islands, that each island had their own little legendary Pokemon outside of the two main legendaries.
Yeah.
It brought me back to the feelings of like Platinum and Diamond and Platinum. Oh, I have Diamond.
My whole thing about like
where did my
like
Diamond
Pokemon
version
Sun
go?
and Moon is that, in my opinion, that is the first time that there has been an actual change to the story.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing.
Because before that, it was always telling like
Diamond.
the exact
Actually,
same
no,
fucking
I'm so
story.
sorry. Diamond was my very first Pokemon game on the DS. Where the fuck did Diamond go? Oh my god, I'm upset now.
It's probably around there somewhere. You'll probably find it.
But yeah, like before that, like each one was just the exact same story, like over and over with minor details changed.
You see, that's one of those things. It's like, yeah, the story in Pokemon has always been kind of weak. And when Sun and Moon came around, I played Sun, and like that was one of those stories where I finished the game like, holy crap, that was a really cool story. It felt like
which is what prompted me to turn around and order Ultra Moon.
Mm-hmm. It felt like an actual RPG, which I think is what they were trying to go with to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think one of the things that annoys me about some of the newer Pokemon games is like all the hand-holding stuff they do. Yeah, I get it. It's targeted at younger audiences, and they're like, oh, let's bring new kids into the fold, and let's teach them how to do things. But at the same time, it's like, I've also played the original Red and Blue for like I've got it downloaded on my 3DS and everything, and there's just a certain charm about just kind of that minimal story, and it, even with the limited graphics, it felt like an open world. And it's Sun and Moon are fantastic games, but honestly, I think there's some like, when it comes to like experience wise, as the story goes along, I think they're probably my least favorite, which is like saying, like, I'm not saying I dislike the games. It's just,
no, I get what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The way
like,
they are,
in regards to the hand holding, here's my whole thing, and like this is something that I heard referred to in like referring to comics, and it also fucking holds true here. Every one of those games is someone's first. The Pokemon games aren't exactly set up in a way where you'd be expected to go from one Pokemon game to the next. Like, you don't need that prior knowledge.
Because what to say, like, and a lot of like the older games as well, like for the first bit of like, for like the first, like from when you very first start till when you get to about your, depending on how the game's set up, like either your like first or second town, they do that kind of guided hand holding to teach you how to play the game. Like that's something that's always been in Pokemon.
At the same time,
it might just be that you weren't really noticing it back then because like you were younger. That's just how the game.
You were younger.
I've gone back and played it and like looked at it critically when it came to a whole bunch of different things. In Pokemon,
you could also just be letting nostalgia like rule your mind.
No,
because
I try not to do that, but yes, I can understand where you're coming from. Gold and Silver, you can skip the Pokemon catching tutorial, which I think should be an option in all of the games, honestly. And if that were the case, then by all means, I think it would just increase the gameplay like a lot more fluidly. But in the same token, it's like, yeah, there was some hand holding back in the older games, and then Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you couldn't skip the
So
Pokemon
I get what
pathway
you're
tutorial and that.
talking about, but I was always able to skip those. And I noticed, like, when you started getting to like Sun and Moon, and especially with like Sword and Shield, like they don't really like, because I just started playing Shield because I got
Yeah.
it for the Switch, and I've noticed there's not a lot of that hand holding there. It's a lot more immersive, a lot more extra things you can do. Feels more on that RPG level than Moon did. Like, because it just keeps evolving, and then they just released all the expansion packs, which one I hope I'll have the money to buy
Yeah,
the
which
expansion
that's
packs soon.
also like the whole thing, people getting upset at that. But literally what they're doing is they're releasing like the like ultimate versions of the games as
Mhm.
DLC. Like,
And they're releasing it at a cheaper price than what they would have if they done it a whole separate game.
yeah, the
Because
Pokemon
basically
business model, if it hadn't have,
they learned from Ultra, like Moon, like Sun and Moon, and then Ultra Sun and Moon, because like basically it was the same game, but then you got more content, and they're like,
yeah,
okay, so we did this trial and error with this. People really didn't want to be paying that. Like, I was one of the people who paid the extra money, like paid the
Mhm.
full game price for like a whole nother cartridge extra money thing. But they were sitting there like, you know what? People really didn't like that. We didn't really sell as well on this. So let's
yeah,
start doing, especially because with the Switch, the Nintendo store is getting more popular, and they're like, let's start releasing these DLC packs like what PlayStation and Xbox does. And the people are getting
yeah.
upset because it's Pokemon and they don't expect that from Pokemon. But I'm
The
like, if you're
Pokemon the
literally
Pokemon
playing
The
like
po-
business model
Fortnite
has
or
always
Final
been
Fantasy or anything like that, like any of these games like that on like the
yeah,
PlayStation, Xbox,
yeah.
they're literally just going with the times and noticing what people are starting to do.
yeah,
Which
The Pokemon business model has always kind of been trash anyway, just the way
Oh
they
yeah,
Oh
release
it's
yeah.
like new
just that it
games and stuff like
started
that.
back in the 90s and so nobody questioned it, but if they started it now, they would be getting fucking flamed.
Yeah,
Like,
the whole
if
thing.
a new video game came out and like, yeah, we're gonna release two different versions of it with slight differences so that you and your friends have to buy multiple copies of it in order to trade things with each other. No,
Mhm.
they would be fucking torn apart online.
Oh yeah, no, that's one of those things. And like,
But if
look,
like a new
I'm not
Pokemon game
saying
came out and it was if a new Pokemon game came out and it was just the central one, there would be so many fucking people online like, why are they not releasing two for this gen?
And so here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that I really
well,
like about the
before
DLC.
you launch into that, what I was gonna say here is I'm not criticizing the DLC. I think that's perfectly fine. The DLC, it's like
I'm
it's
not
kind of an
either.
updated
Yeah,
business model and stuff like that. But the thing is
slightly less trash.
with the yeah with the Pokemon games though, it's like Sun and Moon, I think, did a really good job of making it to where it's like, okay, you want easy mode, turn on the experience share. If not, you can do it the old-fashioned way and just go through lots of pain and suffering to get where you are if you're a masochist or whatever. I feel like when it comes to a whole bunch of different things, it's like Sun and Sword and Shield, your Pokemon just automatically level up, which again is it kind of a good quality of life thing if you're going into like the competitive scene and all of that. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you don't feel as attached to your Pokemon because you're not spending as much time with them, and there's not as many crazy stories you can tell about them. And that was
No,
another
like
thing. That
you
was in the older Pokemon games is there weren't any cutscenes and you had to kind of imagine it for yourself. Rose tinted glasses and stuff. And but I I like just the simplicity of some of the older ones. There's a beauty and simplicity that you can't get with other stuff. What they've done with the 3D models, it's like I never thought I'd see something like that. It's really cool. But at the same time, it's kind of like the way I feel about video games. It's like
Like, I get
Making
that lots
video
of other
games look
companies are,
more-
but like the Pokemon franchise itself, basically what they're doing is like they're updating their models a little bit where they fit better on this, but it's still in that very childlike, simplistic, like, yeah, there's more detail to it, but it's not like they're fucking trying to make them look like the Detective Pikachu movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also,
Like,
we've
they're
been
not
going for
trying
about
to do
30
that.
minutes.
And the only other thing I was gonna say about the DLC before y'all started fucking tangenting off was like the other thing I liked about it was that like it gives you the opportunity to get all of these older legendaries without having to fucking deal with dumbasses through the World Trade Center thingy.
Mhm.
Like, you can just be like, oh, I have a chance of encountering these like multiple different times in the wild. Hell yeah, because it's a much more realistic way to get those legendaries than just being like, oh, this dude in Japan has one. Cool. He wants a Jigglypuff for it. Like, it's a much more realistic way because in real life, you're not just
Man's
gonna like.
fetish is Jigglypuff.
Because like in real life, you're not just gonna be like, do. Oh, you have a Rayquaza? That's so cool. What do you want in turn? Jigglypuff. Like, no motherfucker's actually gonna be like that. Because a lot of the times they were hacks, and then it would
male
fuck up the
Glammeow.
game.
Unless his fetish is Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Please do not ever say that to me again. I will leave this and never return. I am not
Speaking
joking.
of not saying things that Llytic's right. We've been going on this tangent for a
We've
bit.
been going on for about half an hour.
Yeah,
Hi, folks. Welcome to the Godzilla Creepypasta, like, where we're talking about Pokemon.
You know what? Forget the Godzilla Creepypasta. Let's just make it an actual podcast where we talk about Pokemon and the good old days.
This is turning into the Pokecast.
Anyway, I think it's my line. So
This episode, which Pokemon's best to you?
I know that it's common for people to cringe up when their video game character gets hit or loses a life, but this was not that. This was genuine physical pain. Oh, okay.
Haptic feedback.
Okay. When the pain struck me, I paused the game. I hadn't suffered any actual injuries, but it just felt like my shoulder had been clawed through. I had seen and experienced many unpleasant things at this point, but the game causing me real pain was where I drew the line. Yes, I would be disappointed that I wouldn't get to see the ending, but the risk was no longer worth it. I was about to get up and take one last screenshot and turn off the NES when I realized something else.
I couldn't get up.
I was paralyzed in my seat. The only muscles I could move were my fingers and thumbs. As the terror set in, a new message appeared on the screen. You are not leaving. Uh-oh.
You've met a terrible fate, haven't you?
Oof. I started to scream, but only a weak choking sound was coming out. I desperately tried to get my body to move. But it did nothing. I was looking every direction, and then I looked over at the computer.
Ah, yes. Sleep paralysis.
I'm sorry, what? Somehow the computer was taking screenshots of the game on its own when I began the fight. Still don't know how or why. Something in the game must have been causing it.
Or your computer
Fucking Red's in there, like, get my good side.
Or the computer was like, this person is my person. I'm going to take screenshots because that's what they would have wanted. Since Red
Don't talk about me as if I'm dead.
Since Red could hear what I was saying, I tried begging for him to let me go. From here, things start to get hazy as I was under extreme stress at the time. But from what I remember, I can remember, I said,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I insulted you. I didn't mean it. I didn't know things would get this serious. Please, just let me go. If you let me go, I promise I will never tell anyone or turn the game on ever again. Please.
And Red replied, You pathetic worm. It's too late now. Only one will survive.
there could be only one!
That can be only one.
I know that's from Highlander, but I was trying to go for the Adventure Time Lemon Grab one, but...
Oh, fuck.
Only one.
Don't make me think about Lemon Grab voring his brother.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. Only one.
That was that episode.
Yep. Only one will survive.
Only one.
The statement could not be any more clear. If I couldn't kill Red, then he would kill me. Like an idiot, I played around with something I didn't understand, and now it might cost me my life.
You fool!
Honestly, I feel called out right now. Like,
oops. Wait, did you find any artifacts recently?
no.
Because I kind of need something to eat.
Is that what you're using the artifacts for? Really?
They taste good.
I'm
sorry that the rib of Adam tastes good.
I'm
Dude,
pretty
you
sure
have a
that's
problem.
cannibalism.
You have a major problem.
You don't want to know what I did with Pandora's box.
No, I don't. I really
Slow cooked
don't.
it.
He smashed that box.
I slow roasted it.
Did you at least season it?
Yes. I'm not British.
Wow.
I stopped struggling to move and accepted the reality of the situation. There was only one way to get out of this alive. I had to kill Red.
I had stopped struggling to move and accepted the reality of the situation. I wasn't British. I would never be British.
Hello, Governor.
It all went by so fast. If it weren't for the screenshots, I might not have remembered any of this. Just like in the chase levels, Red moved at a horrifyingly fast speed. There was barely enough time to process a thought.
It's probably like my worst English accent I've ever done for that part. Tell you that much.
And thus, there was no time to form a strategy. I had to rely solely on my wits and reflexes. To make things worse, there was no way to predict what kind of attacks Red might use. So I constantly had to be on the offensive and defensive.
Oh shit, not from behind.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
I'm
whoop.
just imagining this scene where Red is stabbing Godzilla in the back. It's just, want to see me drink this guy?
You want to see me drink this guy? No, too late! Just like fucking Piccolo, like, dude, what the fuck? Want to see something cool?
Remember when I drank that guy? That was weird.
Just fucking self-detonates. That fucking scene. Dragon Ball Z Abridged was way better than it had any right to be. Anyway. I felt every hit that Godzilla took. They all hurt. All of them. Especially when he started drinking me. I tried so hard to avoid the damage, but every attack that I dodged left me vulnerable to another. And the pain would only get worse. That's like when you dodge roll at the wrong time.
Yeah. After he jumped over me, Red's eyes started to glow. I moved as far back as I could and ducked, but there was no dodge in this one. Oh!
I'm sorry, what?
I'm pretty sure that's a shotgun fiery breath of doom.
You want to see something fucking weird? Boo!
Oh man, burns are the worst.
Actually, no, and I'm just flashing back to like near semi-perfect stuff. This is what it feels like to have lips.
When this hit me, I really did scream. I screamed so loud that someone else in the apartment should have heard me, but they didn't. Just looking at this image hurts me, making me remember the incinerating burn.
Pause the game because it hurts so bad. But Red unpaused the game to attack me again. Made me furious.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just absolutely livid.
Livid. What's some fucking Undertale shit?
I immediately counterattacked with the heat beam again and again until the power meter was totally diminished. I wanted Red to hurt like I did.
Oh shit, now he's a fish.
He looks like the fucking Fiji mermaid, I
Just
swear.
before the timer ran out, Red transitioned into his swimming form. I didn't think the timer would still be affecting a battle like this. I'm thankful for it, because it gave me a few minutes to collect my thoughts and decide what to do next.
Oh, well, at least there's that. I chose to fight Red's next two forms, the monsters I encountered them with, so Anguirus was next. It probably wasn't all that smart of an idea, but it's what I did.
Hey now, Anguirus is trying his
You're an
best.
all-star. No, you're a rock star, not an all-star. Fuck.
I jumped up and heat beamed Red in the face, and he moved off screen where I couldn't reach him. Then a wave of large mines started to fall from above.
Ah, shit.
Uh-oh.
I felt this was unfair, so I shouted.
If you're gonna cheat, then why do you even let me use the controller? Can't break the rules.
Ah, yes, the rules.
The rules.
And then he came at me, rushing from the top left of the screen downwards. Uh-oh.
Well, I guess it could have been worse. He could have came on you.
I did not need that image in my head. Thank you, Llytic. Please
What are friends for?
Please proceed to the nearest hole in the wall and proceed to go ahead and fuck yourself. Why don't you?
Again?
Of course, you already did it a few times today. I walk into these every single time because you're insane.
You stay.
Hey,
My
you
blood
also
oath.
put up with my bullshit.
My blood oath prevents me from leaving.
Oh,
At
he
least-
tricked you into one of those too?
No, it seemed like a good idea at the time, so I
Yeah,
decided...
he read the fine print and went ahead with it anyway. You didn't.
At least I knew what I was getting myself into. Well, I mean, I really didn't, but I thought I did, so...
Yeah, you thought a lot of that was metaphor.
Maybe simile in some situations.
Anyways, damn it. Now I wouldn't even be able to see where his next attack was coming from. Red to continue to strike from random angles. I constantly moved to swerve around him. Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no.
the intestine gun.
Pukamuku.
About 40 seconds went by and Anguirus was nearly gone, but together we had forced Red into his flying form, so his Mothra's turn next.
His flying form just looks absolutely derpy.
Like the Fiji mermaid, but with wings.
Deciding to fight Red with Mothra was a terrible idea. Mothra was instantly overwhelmed by Red, and the life meter was devastated in a mere 15 seconds. Oh no, not Mothra!
Why you gotta do my girl dirty like this?
Oh, it gets worse.
No!
And once Mothra's life was down to 2 bars, Red did something I didn't see coming. He committed
No.
an act of war.
Why you gotta do my girl Mothra like this? He reached out, grabbed Mothra, and ate her.
Hey, Llytic, you could still jump dimensions, right?
I've been told by my therapist that I should stop doing that.
All right, but what if we jump dimensions and went and kicked this thing's ass? Like, seriously?
Have fun dying.
Nah, it won't be the first time. It definitely won't be the last.
After Mothra was devoured, I felt an agonizing pain, like being crushed to death. Mothra had been killed for my stupidity, and I would share the pain. It was a short transition from the battle to the board, but it felt like an hour. Oh, jeez.
Well. Oh, shit.
The pain combined with being unable to move was driving me insane. I wanted so badly for this to end. I never wanted anything so much.
But I still had hope. There was one monster left that could be brought to full health by engaging Red in battle. Solomon.
Oh boy, our boy is back.
Our boy! If any of them had a chance to save my life now, it would be him. Solomon, still the best.
Solomon apparently has some history with Red, and as when the fight started, this dialogue happened. Traitor, I always hated you. You can die like the rest. I'd rather die than serve you. Oh man, you go, Solomon.
Solomon!
Red took me by surprise, again, by immediately burning me with his demonic fire a second time.
Ah, God damn it. You cheap bitch. As much as it hurt, it actually worked to my advantage. Since Solomon started at full life, he still had some to spare. But now Red had used up all his energy and could not use his ultimate weapon any longer. Now he would die.
As he drew close to the end of his life bar, Red turned his whole body to face the screen and flew upwards and slamming back down in an attempt to crush Solomon.
When that failed to work, he tried to devour Solomon like he had Mothra, but he wouldn't be eating my monster this time.
Oh shit, just like Orga and Biolante.
Solomon! Solomon!
It's not over, and I'm scared now.
I thought I had one. But something was wrong. Red wasn't sinking to the bottom, and I still couldn't move. Red was still alive. I'm sorry. No! Oh, I hate that. I'm not done with you.
Oh no.
Well,
Fuck.
should we try to get as far into this? Yeah, it's been about 45 minutes.
If we keep going at the pace we're going, we could probably finish this and the epilogue in this one recording session, honestly, as long as we don't get sidetracked by talking about Pokemon. Again, I should say.
But my boy Crocodile. Also, you have no idea how happy I was when I managed to get a Scolipede in fucking Pokemon Go.
Scolipede is a pretty awesome bug.
Oh,
I fucking love Scolipede. I trained my Scolipede in White 2 to be nothing but speed, and taught him steamrollers, so he would always open up with that, and then if that didn't kill my opponent immediately, it would be the next hit that did.
Ichi-Tan, did you steal my snacks again?
Yes.
If you have to ask, the answer is yes.
I thought I hid them better this time. Okay.
That's what you get for thinking.
You can never hide anything from me.
Believe me.
Look,
even your secret internet search history is not so secret.
Well, it's not that big of a secret. It's on Firefox. Oh, wait, not mine. I have 2 search engines on my phone for a reason. Anyway.
Same.
After his seeming defeat by Solomon, Red had reconstructed his body into his gigantic final form, transporting us to a blazing inferno in the process.
Well,
mood. It was reminiscent of our first encounter, except now the scenery, much like the true power of Red, had become very real. The music had erupted into a loud, blaring sound and a furious drum of death.
Faced against Red's insane amount of health, my own demise was imminent.
Motherfucker has 3 health bars.
That thing is horrifying.
Oh boy.
Solomon was my strongest monster, but not even he stood a chance. It was like trying to fight a mountain.
Oh, fuck, I'll pour out a cold one for you, my man. Rest in peace, Solomon.
Oh no.
Also, that fire. There's more faces. Within seconds, Solomon was overpowered and dropped to the floor when Red crushed him to death underneath his foot. The sadistic demon took his time as he snapped Solomon's vertebrae and ribs like dry, brittle twigs. I could tell he was enjoying our pain.
Why? Why would you do that?
Why would you do this to our boy Solomon?
You are weak. Oh, sorry,
okay.
That's your line. Sorry, that's your line. Go ahead.
I just like doing the voice.
Yeah, go for it.
You are weak. Your monsters are weak. You will all die.
This is hopeless. I'm a dead man.
I honestly have no idea how that voice sounds. I'm just having fun doing
it. Ichi-Tan.
I'm chewing. Give me a second.
Like, if that voice sounds too cheesy, let me know. But
No, you're good, dude. Like, if you're having fun, who cares?
I can fucking growl. Yay.
Okay, here you go. I had no choice but to send another monster to his death. We were all going to die. I only hoped they would forgive me.
Forgive me, Godzilla.
Anger us. You're the last hope for this. Finish it off.
Anguirus, you're my only hope. Save me. Wow, this fucking Star Wars re-release took a weird turn.
Anguirus comes into Star Wars, it immediately makes it better.
It's the fucking like the Obi-Wan Kenobi message, but instead of Obi-Wan, it's Anguirus. Just like, save me, Anguirus, you're my only hope. Fucking hologram of Leia saying that. It's just like fucking Anguirus, like nose to R2-D2. No, not even nose. Like face slammed against the ground, like his eye just like staring at this droid.
Anguirus is off to wreck Darth Vader's shit.
Anguirus doing the fucking like the stormtrooper disguise gambit.
You know, I've never really had the drive to write fan fiction, but I might have to delve into this.
Like, I'm just imagining, like, none of the armor fits, of course, so he's just got, like, the helmet perched on the horn on his nose. After decreasing Red's health by a minuscule amount, Anguirus was also obliterated. Red unleashed a hail of blazing hot needles into his face until he collapsed.
No.
I'm having flashbacks to, fuck, what was that movie? And that pseudo-documentary. It was like this probe being sent to an alien planet and like observing the life that was there.
That sounds amazing. But
there was like a species of like giant like lithovorous creature called grovebacks.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing is that there was this small predator that was basically just like a living needle with like a little tail thing that it could use to launch itself. Mm-hmm. And like it injected like this potent neurotoxin. So you have a Groveback that ended up wandering into like this area where a lot of them are nested. And so you just see like a bunch of these little things that are barely the size of it launch off the ground into its underbelly and it fucking dies.
Huh. So that's how the zombie outbreak happened in Primal.
And this thing is like literally the size of like a goddamn brontosaurus, if not bigger because the planet was stated to have a lower gravity. Like, it was a slightly smaller planet with a denser atmosphere.
Interesting.
So, storms were more potent, and bigger things could fly. But
what platform was this on?
It wasn't a game. It was a
not platform. What streaming service was this on? Sorry.
No, this was like way back because like someone I knew like lent me his VHS copy of it.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Was it just straight up called Alien Planet or something like that?
I don't know. I've never seen it, but it sounds really interesting.
2005, Alien Planet.
Interesting.
It was Discovery Channel.
Okay, I'll have to.
It was a 94-minute docufiction about 2 internationally built robot probes searching for alien life on the fictional planet of Darwin 4.
Okay.
But yeah, like, part of the whole thing is that none of the stuff there had involved jaws. Instead, what they did is they would all, like, basically do what, like, most predatory invertebrates do, and, like, liquefy, like, the inside of their prey and drink it.
Ugh.
Yeah, and so you had, like, the T-Rex equivalent, which had, like, this fucking, like, extendable proboscis that it would, like, use.
That sounds creepy. I really want to see this. But
Yeah,
speaking
it
of
might be
alien
on
planets,
Netflix.
speaking of alien planets, let's see how this one ends. Another moment of unspeakable agony, then nothingness as my ally faded away. You can't win, Zachary.
Ah, shit!
I asked Red how he knew my name.
And then he said it. I've known you for a long time. I'll tell you a secret. I killed Melissa.
For years, she was being tortured by something nobody understood. Now I knew what it was.
Now I understood why I was mocked about Melissa's death and how the game knew about it. Because he knew about it. Because he was the one responsible. And this time, he was going to kill me.
Send your last monster. I will end this futile struggle. I was taken back to the board to send Godzilla to his final fight. Barely anything was left on the board. Godzilla and Red's icons, and
The fifth monster.
do-do-do-do-do.
In the midst of everything that was happening, I'd completely forgotten about it. I tried yet again to select it. I cursed, I begged, I screamed at it to do something. Anything to help me. To no avail.
Only one thing I could do. I'm sorry, I can't take this picture seriously, this first one, because of how far Red's neck is extended. All I'm thinking is him looking down at Godzilla, heard you talking shit. Like, that's just in my brain.
These are 3 pictures.
Oh, there's 3 pictures.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
And he's eating Godzilla. And he's looking at me.
Oh, lovely. Fuck you, you piece of shit, Red. I knew Godzilla didn't stand any more of a chance than the rest, but maybe now that all the other monsters were gone, the 5th monster might finally awaken.
Oops. Oops awakens me.
Didn't even
Okay, here we
give
go.
Godzilla a chance to fight. Okay.
I managed to get the creature. He misspelled creature there. Anyways, I managed because he spelled creators.
Oh.
I managed to get the creatures, icon selected, and I pressed the A button as fast as I could. The icon started to shake, as if it were desperately trying to move.
Mood. It was then that Red decided he was done playing fair. Before I could activate the monster, he went for the killing blow, paralyzing my heart.
Hee.
You will die in 15 minutes of a heart attack.
L? No, wait, no. Kira! Fuck!
My hands.
None of you heard that.
I heard it. Don't worry.
I heard it. You failed.
My hands started to become numb and unfeeling, but even as my vision was fading away, I still tried to press the A button. Game over.
Game over? Yeah!
I'm lost.
Red Shirley.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Ed Shirley.
Red surely was breaking one of his rules. But he must have thought that if he could kill me quickly, then it would be too late for any consequences to matter. He would have won.
He was wrong. Game over. Game over. Yeah. It hurts.
Red's power was being challenged by another force. It prevented him from killing me, and when I regained my vision, I saw a familiar sight. Zack, we don't have much time.
Who are you? What?
The angel.
The angel's back.
There's a picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
You said, who are you?
Do I do the blue person?
Yes.
You can do the blue person. I was voicing red.
Oh.
You can voice blue.
Fuck it. Let's go. You already know me. I am Melissa.
What? What? How is that possible? Red told me he killed you.
It is true. Even after death, he tortures me. If you can't stop him, he'll do the same to you.
But how will I be able to stop him now?
I can't fight Red, but there is one who can. I will release him from Red's grasp. Don't give up. I love you.
Oh.
Her words stirred something inside of me. I wasn't going to die like this. And I had more to fight. I had more to fight for her than just my own life. I had to fight to save Melissa and the world she inhabits.
With her help, the fifth monster was finally unleashed. Acacius, the Golden Light.
Your mom's golden light.
What is it with you and my mom?
Fuck you, that's why.
Do you just want to meet her that bad?
No.
Okay, then.
It was time to end this, once and for all. Together we would take this damned hellspawn out of existence. I actively love this design, not gonna lie.
They can't save you.
Acacius was by far the strongest playable monster in the game. He had to be. If we were to have any chance of surviving, his punch involved turning his hands into blades, which caused
I used to
tremendous
be able to do that.
damage. But Red had more than enough life to spare. In the end, this would come down to pure skill. Ooh, right in the eyeball.
Got your nose.
He like fucking turns away and looks back like, you motherfucker.
You bitch.
Beam struggle.
Beam struggle with his fucking fingernails. Oh, whoop, sending a beam straight into his groin. That's gonna hurt.
And shooting stuff out of his hands as well.
With one final strike, Red was destroyed. His body disintegrated and sank below, accompanied by a soar of triumphant music. Slowly, the paralysis wore off, and I was able to stand up again.
Yeah, fucking die, you red asshole.
You might want to get that checked out by a doctor.
We had done it. Melissa's death had been avenged, and I felt overwhelming happiness. Until I remembered all the death and pain that led up to this point. All the other monsters who fought and died. I was about to mourn them, but the game had yet to conclude. The face is back!
Tears of joy streamed down my face, and I broke up crying. I cried harder than I had in several years, maybe in my whole life. All I had been through, all I had discovered, and now the game was coming to an end. But before she and the others left, Melissa had something to tell me. You have saved us. We are forever grateful. We will be together again someday.
Oh. All right, time to close this off with the epilogue.
Monster of monsters.
Epilogue.
I am Zachary, and at the time I write this, it has been 3 weeks since the fateful night when I played the NES Godzilla game.
Going back to that night, to immediately after I turned off the NES, once I was able to start walking around again, the first thing I did was unplug the NES, take out the cartridge, and put them in separate sock drawers. Dude, destroy
You have
the
multiple
fucking
sock
cartridge.
drawers? Or is one of them a sock drawer?
Oi!
Any drawer is a sock drawer, if you try hard enough.
Not what I meant, but all right.
All right, here we go. I looked over at the computer. All the screenshots you've seen in the story were saved. I backed up all the images onto a flash drive before I turned the computer off, just in case. After that, I hit the bed and instantly passed out. It was not a restful sleep, but one of complete exhaustion. It felt like no time has passed before I woke again.
I can't imagine that you'd have too good of a sleep after feeling like you had just been set on fire several times.
It could have been he just passed out and just slept super hard because he was exhausted. But at the same time, yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I'm in shock. Oh, nope, wait, nope. The pain is fully kicking in. Faints. And what a day that was. The first thought I recall coming to mind was, what the hell happened last night? I thought about it for a short while, until it occurred to me to contact the person I got the game from to begin with, Billy. So I called him up and told him to just come over to my apartment, which he did.
And I showed him the screenshots and gave him a very basic summary of what had happened. At first, he thought I was pulling a joke on him, but soon realized that was not the case. So once it hit him that this was real, he was speechless. He made it clear that he had absolutely not tampered with the game and had no idea about any of this.
He saw the PTSD in my eyes.
Oof, excuse me. So then the obvious question was asked Billy. Where did you get it from? I got the simple answer of another friend of mine that I trade games with. He assured me that this was a trustworthy person, but he had never had any issues with the games he got from him before. So then Billy called him, but when we told the guy this story, he was just as shocked and surprised as anyone, except he abruptly hung up on us. This was clearly going nowhere.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Hey, you know that copy of Godzilla for the NES you sold me? Turns out it was haunted. You care to explain? Just immediate hang up.
I have to do my taxes. Hangs up.
No, not even excuse. Before Billy left that day, he asked me if I wanted him to take the cartridge and dispose of it. I sharply declined. He asked how I could possibly still want to keep the thing. I told him that I needed time to think it over, and that was that. Billy and I haven't talked much since. Mostly the trauma. Even though I've told him this isn't the case, I get the impression that Billy thinks what happens with the game is his fault.
Oh, poor Billy.
After he left that day, I did a lot of thinking.
Don't do that. You'll hurt yourself.
Yes, it is very painful.
It was very hard for me to do anything else, really. I couldn't stop thinking about the game. There were so many questions left unanswered. What was Red? Was Melissa really in the game? How did she get there? Why did all this happen with this game?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
A little bit.
But the one question that kept me up for nights was...
Red said he had known me for a long time. How?
Ever since then, I can't shake this feeling of being watched.
Oh, that's just the ghost of your girlfriend.
Oof.
Melissa's now free,
Why
and she's
does it
not leaving.
feel like somebody's
Somebody's watching me, and I got no privacy. Oh.
Well,
I
that's just
haven't
the
done
cameras I
that
set
bit in a
up.
while. What?
What?
I don't know what you said.
I think she said that was just the camera she set up.
Oh, fucking hell, not again. Usually I just see your eyes peer out from under my bed, which is really weird, because under my bed is just shelves. Or, like, just drawers. Like, I just see your eyes peering out through the cracks in the drawers.
Yeah, that's one of my many talents, but lately I've been kind of busy, so I had to start reverting to the cameras again.
Did you buy those cameras off Wish?
No.
Weird, because they keep advertising those.
I suppose I probably shouldn't tell him the tip I gave you, should I?
No.
Why
Okay.
have you been helping her with that?
Because it's fun to mess with you, Llytic.
Are you salty about the contract?
Yes.
Look. All I said is that I wanted property rights to your firstborn.
That's not
that was
something.
that was back when I thought I was going to take a vow of celibacy, so I thought I was getting off scot-free.
You're the one who signed it. Don't worry,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna set him up with some, like, fake couple who can't have a kid.
That's not a valid alternative to his concerns.
Do you know how hard it is for the Fae to adopt?
No, it's really not, because they have fucking changelings.
That's not really a proper adoption, though.
They also have a bad reputation, so the process for getting them to adopt something is rather hard. And look,
Yeah.
dude, I get what you're doing is for a good cause, but at the same time,
Look, the families I'm in contact with have not stolen anyone's names.
Okay. How many names, how many souls do you need for me to get out of the contract, man? Like,
How long you got? Because this is a lot of zeros.
well, I could. Well.
No, I mean for me to list the number. We're going to be here a few days.
Okay. Let's do that after the session.
The game made me ask myself questions about death and reality in ways that I never wanted to think about. Not too sure of anything anymore. Constantly thinking about it too soon began to have a negative impact on my life. I just don't care about anything else at this point. By comparison, all the day-to-day activities seem utterly pointless. Oh, that's just depression.
I mean, most day-to-day activities are utterly pointless because, you know what? I'm not going to get into that.
Don't even get me started on feeding myself.
I eventually decided that I had to choose between one of two things, to play the game again or destroy it. I tried several times to convince myself to try the former, but I never got farther than plugging the NES back up. Just touching the cartridge made me remember all the pain I felt during the fight with Red. So what you got to do with that is you got to take the game, you got to go to Mount Doom in Mordor and just huck it into the lava. That's what I do with my problems.
Middle Earth is literally just past Earth, so Mordor somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, that's how it's easy for me to get there, like the whole time stepping thing. That's how I get rid of my problems. I just throw them into Mount Doom. It's really funny when I just wave at the elf and the human, like, "Hey guys, what's up? Just taking out my trash," and then I disappear. Looks on their face.
You ever gone there when the two hobbits and the weird gremlin man were there?
No, because I don't want to get one of my fingers bitten off.
Anyway, you ready to read some bullshit, Tom?
Anyways.
No. This is...
Can I please read my line?
Yes.
No.
I wondered if perhaps playing the game again myself might cause something terrible to happen. I didn't know anything about how this game worked, and it was too risky. I wasn't sure I could stand another round of the game anyways.
I was gonna say, isn't her soul kind of in there? Wait. So then it was time for the other option. Wanting to get some fresh air, I took the game with me and drove to the lake, planning on throwing it in. I got to the lake with the cartridge in my hands, and I looked down on it, and I thought of Melissa. Yeah, like, is it her soul kind of in there?
Well, either that or he freed it.
But like, if that's attached to her, what's destroying that gonna do? What's keeping it gonna do? Like, is keeping it preventing her from passing on, and you had to destroy it to do so? Or if you destroy it, is that just going to completely destroy her soul?
I think that's what he was thinking about and talking about thinking too much. But...
Probably should boot it up the game to ask her. Hey, babe. What's the situation with your soul exactly? I just want to know I'm not doing something terrible. Anyway, if what I experienced in the game was indeed genuine, doing what I did may have been the only way to save her from endless torture. In a way, the warped game may have saved her soul.
Damn it. Once that thought came into my head, I knew then I wouldn't want to destroy it. So I just sat down at a bench, gazing at the lake for about an hour. Oh, I like to do that sometimes. It's relaxing. There are no lakes around here, though. Ultimately, I decided on the third option. Selling the game on eBay!
I'm sorry, what? Oh, it might just potentially hold the remains of a horrific demon and my girlfriend. Why would you sell that?
Anyways.
What?
It may be selfish, but I promise you it has nothing to do with money. I don't care how much or little I get paid for this game, believe me. It's selfish because I don't want the responsibility of owning this cartridge anymore. I cannot dwell on this forever. And the only way I can deal with this is by putting the game out of my life.
Then dig a hole and bury it! Don't fucking sell it! What if it's still haunted?
I'm pretty sure she said, "Thank you, you have saved us," and then the game went back to normal. So I don't think that's a concern anymore.
So like it just seems like a really stupid thing to do.
Well, that's somebody else's problem to deal with.
People in horror movies and stories aren't exactly known for their breathtaking IQ.
It's not that big of a deal.
It's just so fucking it's like been good up to this point, and then that fucking happened. It's like, what?
We got one line to go, dude.
Like, seriously, just finish the line, please.
Stop. Hey. Sorry, my brain's trying to fucking process this. So this brings me to the main reason I created a summary of these events. First is to record the details while I can remember them. And second is that whoever bids on the game knows what they're getting into. I can't guarantee the safety of anyone else who plays the game or what will happen at all. But to the new owner of the game, to the new owner of the gamer, remember this. Be careful. And if you feel as if the game is literally messing with your mind, shut the damn thing off.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Excuse me, I need to look up an eBay link real quick.
Again, if you think that it might still be a danger, why would you sell it?
When was this posted?
Fucking ages ago.
How many years ago? I doubt that it's still out there, Tom.
Well, I'm gonna look at it. No. Nope, not finding the one. Damn it!
Only
I
one
wanted to see
person's
a
allowed to
fucking
own
name.
your soul. It's me.
It's not my soul I'm worried about. Like that, I can get back if I'm able to beat you at poker one of these days. But we'll see.
Which is really surprising. My poker face is terrible.
And yeah, I don't really know how to play poker. I think that's my main problem.
Yeah, that might do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been the story. Again, like, my final thoughts are, like, this was good. For the most part, this was good. There are times when, like, the descriptions combined with the pictures felt a little redundant.
There were a few typos here and there, but for the most part, solid story.
But yeah, like, because, like, the pictures did help, but there are times where, like, if you're going to go into that much detail describing it, then don't show the picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But, like, for the most part, it was solid. It's just the fucking epilogue.
Well, advice
the epilogue
for people
put a
who
sour taste in my mouth.
Well, advice for the people who want to read this: you don't have to read the epilogue. You can just read the finale, and you're good.
Just ignore the epilogue. The epilogue is not canon. On his shelf, and his ghost girlfriend is just stalking him now. Anyway, special thank you to Summer Moon Soldier and Destiny Barrett for supporting us on Patreon. If you like what we do, and would like to support us in any way, tell us your favorite Pokemon Jin in the comic. If you salad one as Jin 1, I'm going to find you and break your knees with multiple people. I'm done.
Well, regardless.
I doubt that's what's going to get us in trouble. Anyway, yeah.
Special thank you as well to Andre D.